Cardano is up 20% in the last day and is currently sitting at 60 USD cents and has seen some huge momentum recently. So Cardano is currently sitting at a market cap of just under 22 billion with a volume of $1.4 billion in the last 24 hours. So what's next for Cardano and its token of ADA? Well, as we can see, in the last day, Cardano is up 20%, and in the last week, it's up just over 6%, and then it's coming back from a little bit of a dip in the last month, up just 1%. So going into what we've seen within the last day, well, because of some huge news about Bitcoin ETFs, Cardano obviously has increased with that movement. There has been no huge news for the Cardano ecosystem itself. It's mainly just the broader market who's actually pumping, and ADA has just seen momentum based off that. So if you didn't know, the SEC approved Bitcoin ETFs, and the whole market is really doing well at the moment, and that is including Cardano and ADA. And that means we're going to see growth into the next couple of days as they start trading these ETFs, and I'm sure we're going to see a little bit more of a pump, but I really do think there is going to be a massive correction just because this has already been priced in for a while, and I do think that people are going to take profits and dump on the market. So going into ADA's price chart, if we have a look at the 1-day chart here, we can see that ADA is currently testing a trend line that we're wanting to break. So on the 1-day trend line, we can see that ADA started forming these lower highs with the whole market pretty much. And we saw this trend line, this downward trend line start to form, and we're currently testing that right now, and that is at around about the 60-cent level. Recently, we just wicked up to just over 61.5 cents, and we're pushing back down towards this level. But what we really want to see for ADA is a close above this negative trend line. So a close above the trend line on the 1-day would certainly see us test that resistance at 62.5 cents to 62, and then push even further onward from that, testing higher resistance at 67 cents. However, I think that the most important thing you really need to look out for is this 1-day trend line. You want to see that close, and then it's going to give you confirmation about the next movement. I really do believe that the next movement is going to be towards 62 cents, and then possibly seeing what happens with the whole market. I reckon that we could come back and test this trend line and then move further upwards. However, momentum does look really good for ADA right now, so I wouldn't really doubt against it. Just have a look for this big dump that I do think is coming for the broader market, and for ADA is going to be a part of that. So for the short term, I really do think ADA is going to test 62 cents. So if you want to have a little quick scalp trade, you can make yourself 3 to 4% just on this trade right here. But this is not financial advice. Do your own research. But 62 cents resistance does look likely to test within the next couple of days. Moving past that, it looks like that we could see resistance at that 62 cents level, and then push lower towards that trend line back at 58 and then at 57 cents. Going into the 15-minute chart and the more short-term trade, it looks like ADA is obviously in an uptrend right now. So since the low at 50 cents where we wicked 3 times just a couple of days ago, ADA has now started that positive trend line. We've wicked 4 times and we're currently testing it right now. So this positive trend line is going to be the basis for the next movement for Cardano. Obviously, we nearly almost did test that 62 level. We were off by just a couple of percent towards that 62 level, but I do feel like we will at least see a double top on the trend line, and that's if we do break down. So if we break down, I imagine we'll get some sort of retest, and then going from there, we could either push towards that 62 cents level again, and then come down, or just come down straight away. That's the 2 scenarios I see right now. I don't really see ADA pushing past 62 cents at the moment, just because this movement has been based off broader market hype. There hasn't really been a large momentum push for ADA itself, and I do think that could change as the market changes, but it looks likely that we're going to test support again at least 57 to 56 cents, but that is just what I see in the future for ADA. Going into longer term price targets. Now, ADA is one of these tokens that is going to be around for a very long time. It's going to be a top 10 crypto for years to come. And if they can better deliver on their project, they're obviously going to get there a lot quicker. So going into market cap, that's the biggest thing I want to note. I think that ADA's market cap should be sitting at 30 billion within sometime this year. So that is a 1.5x pretty much from where we are right now, or 90 cents. And that seems very, very doable with these Bitcoin ETFs. We're going to see a lot more people coming into the market, and Cardano is certainly going to be up there. So seeing $30 billion in market cap is going to be very, very reasonable. Going past that, I remember ADA at all-time highs of $45 billion in market cap, or over a 2x from here, sitting at $1.3 to $1.5. Now that is a little bit harder to achieve, obviously, because you need more money to do that, but I think that ADA could achieve that if Bitcoin does break that 60k level. Now we just have to see what happens with Bitcoin testing 50k nearly, but things do look very, very good for Cardano and ADA right now. And if you guys want me to check out any other cryptos, let me know down below, but I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.